Welcome back to Kitchen Wisdom. Today, we're diving into one of my favorite sweet debates, brown sugar versus white sugar. Grab your coffee, or maybe a cookie, and get comfy, because this episode might just send you running to the pantry. And if you spot a few crumbs on my counter, don't judge. They're part of my ongoing research. It sounds simple, right? Just sugar. But trust me, this small detail can totally change how your cookies bake, how your frosting sets, and even how your kitchen smells. If you've ever swapped sugars mid-recipe because you ran out, guilty, you've probably asked yourself, does it really matter? Oh, my friend, it matters more than you think. And I've learned this the hard way after baking what was supposed to be buttery sugar cookies that came out looking and tasting like oatmeal muffins. It happens to the best of us. So, let's chat about the sweet personalities of sugar. Because if you ask me, each kind has its own mood, vibe, and baking superpower. Let's start with the most reliable ingredient in the pantry, white sugar. It's that friend who always shows up to help you move, never complains, and somehow always smells like vanilla extract. White sugar is made from sugarcane or sugar beets that have been stripped of all molasses. The result? Beautiful, sparkly crystals that dissolve evenly and give your baked goods crisp edges and that perfect golden brown color. When I'm baking meringues or sugar cookies, I always reach for white sugar. It gives me the clean, pure sweetness that doesn't compete with other flavors. And when I'm photographing those cookies, the light bounces off the sugar crust like tiny diamonds. It's honestly my favorite part of food photography. Well, until I realize my entire studio floor is now covered in sugar. White sugar is also what I like to call the structural sugar. It's the backbone of desserts that need lift and crispness. It caramelizes beautifully, and it's perfect for giving cookies that satisfying crunch when you bite into them. Now let's talk about brown sugar, the one that feels like a warm hug from your grandma. Brown sugar is basically white sugar that's been reunited with molasses, and that reunion brings flavor, color, and moisture. Depending on how much molasses is added, you'll get light or dark brown sugar. Light brown is subtle and sweet with just a touch of caramel, while dark brown brings bold, deep toffee and almost smoky notes. Brown sugar is the kind of sugar that gives your cookies that soft and chewy for days texture. It's the reason your banana bread stays moist and your spice cookies taste like the holidays. It's like the difference between a summer afternoon and a cozy winter evening by the fire, each perfect in its own way. In my kitchen, I call brown sugar the winter sugar. As soon as the leaves turn orange, I pull it out and start adding it to everything. Pancakes, muffins, caramel sauce, you name it. And from a photography point of view, brown sugar desserts are like shooting warm candlelight. The way it deepens the color of baked goods. Pure magic. Personally, I'm a brown sugar kind of girl. Most of the time I swap white sugar for brown sugar in my recipes because I love the deeper flavor and that extra hint of caramel. The ratio is easy to remember too. Use the same amount of brown sugar as white, 1-for-1. You'll just get a slightly denser, richer texture, which I think makes everything better. Of course, it's not all cozy vibes. Brown sugar has a mischievous side too. It clumps. It hardens faster than leftover frosting. But I've got a trick. Store it in an airtight container with a piece of bread or a couple of marshmallows. They keep the moisture in, and your sugar stays soft and scoopable. If you ever find yourself fighting with a rock-solid bag of sugar, I've got you covered there too. Check out my blog post, How to Soften and Revive Hardened Brown Sugar, on Arina Photography, for the full step-by-step guide on bringing that sweet stuff back to life. Here's the deal. Yes, you can swap brown and white sugar, but expect your results to change. Think of it like swapping jeans for sweatpants. Both work, but the vibe is totally different. Using brown sugar instead of white gives you more flavor, moisture, and darker color. It's great for cozy recipes like chocolate chip cookies, coffee cakes, and oatmeal bars. But if you replace brown sugar with white, you'll end up with lighter, crispier, and slightly less flavorful treats. Perfect for shortbread, vanilla cake, or lemon cookies. My personal rule: if it's cold outside, use brown sugar. If it's sunny and you're craving something delicate, go for white. And if you're like me and run out of brown sugar right before your dough comes together, just mix 1 cup white sugar with 1 tablespoon molasses for light brown sugar, or 2 tablespoons for dark. It's a lifesaver. I've done it mid-bake while my mixer was still running. Let's geek out for a second, because sugar isn't just sweet, it's scientific magic. White sugar provides structure by helping trap air and giving crisp texture. Brown sugar, thanks to its molasses, adds acidity that reacts with baking soda to create lift. So if you're wondering why your cookies look puffy one day and flat the next, check which sugar you used. Brown sugar also attracts moisture from the air, which means your baked goods stay soft longer. White sugar doesn't do that. It dries things out, which can be great for crunchy cookies or flaky pie crusts. It's all about balance. And yes, I've absolutely baked 3 batches of cookies in one afternoon just to prove this. My husband and daughter were thrilled to be taste testers. Let's talk storage. Brown sugar needs a little extra love. Keep it sealed tight and toss in a slice of bread to prevent it from turning into a sugary brick. And if it does harden, don't panic. Just microwave it for a few seconds with a damp paper towel on top. It's like giving your sugar a quick spa treatment. White sugar. Oh, it's the low-maintenance sibling. You can basically forget it in your pantry for years, and it'll still be perfect. Store it in a jar, if you're fancy. Or keep it in the bag with a clip, if you're like me, and can never find matching lids. As a food photographer, I've seen firsthand how different sugars change, not just flavor, but appearance. White sugar desserts shine. They're bright, clean, and elegant. Brown sugar desserts, though, have depth. They tell a story. They make your camera crave a cup of coffee to go with them. And honestly, baking with both types of sugar has turned my kitchen into a science lab more than once. I'll mix and match them just to see what happens. Sometimes it's a masterpiece. Sometimes it's a, we'll call it rustic kind of day. My daughter loves those days the most because, let's be real, even failed cookies are still cookies. At the end of the day, sugar isn't just about sweetness, it's about personality. White sugar gives structure, balance, and sparkle. Brown sugar brings warmth, depth, and that homemade flavor that makes people say, "You made this?" So the next time you're standing and you're eating in your kitchen, deciding which sugar to use, think of it like picking the right friend for the right adventure. White sugar is your dependable, organized friend who loves brunch and spreadsheets. Brown sugar, she's the cozy one who shows up late to the cookie swap, but brings something that makes everyone ask for the recipe. If you want to see how different sugars behave side by side, head to my blog and YouTube channel at Arina Photography. I've got side-by-side cookie tests, caramel tutorials, and plenty of sugar-covered bloopers you'll love. Now, go bake something sweet. And if your kitchen smells like butter and sugar right now, you're absolutely doing it right.